Light from the setting sun and the swaths of candlelight fused together to create a magical glow that seeped through the open doors of the ballroom. This was not Chase Dufresne's first social gathering, but he entered the gala feeling like a wide-eyed child taking his first peek inside an elegant cathedral. Perhaps it might be more precise to say he felt less like a saint and more like Odysseus as he sailed past the Siren's Rock, knowing that if he looked or listened too closely, he would be enchanted. And so he would be enchanted. Tonight he was Odysseus, bound to the mast of familial obligation and braving the faces of the lovely sirens who greeted him, all the while hoping to keep his heart shielded safely in his own chest. Chase reminded himself that he didn't want to be here, yet he felt a rush of excitement knowing that he should not like being here as much as he did. The young man had railed against the expected tradition, the taking of a left-hand wife. He was a modern man with modern ideas, but his father expected him to comply. And the man had endured so much lately, the loss of Chase's mother and sister, the utter despair that had encircled them both. Could he disappoint him now? If his mother had been alive, he would have complained to her, but he had no advocate now. Chase lost count of the cotillions and soirees he'd attended in the past few months, but this entrance surpassed all the others. A curious combination of floral perfumes such as rose, gardenia, and jasmine swirled around him. The aroma of seafood boiling added to the tempting assault. It was a promised meal, offering to please the wealthy wanderers from high society, he supposed dryly. He cast a cautious eye around the ballroom. This was his first visit here, and to say he was impressed was an understatement. The walls were draped with carefully arranged festoons of coral fabric, and the floors were clean and white. Gold candlesticks lined tables, as did silver platters of fruit, cakes, and candies. Dark-skinned slaves dressed in gold satin pants, vests, and white shirts with gold laces at the neck quickly carried dark bottles of wine into the ballroom and set them carefully on a table. It was no mistake that the visitors to the ball would expect to indulge. This was a demonstration of wealth, but he had no idea who it was that commanded such influence and opulence. Behind a gauzy white curtain, a small orchestra began to play a pleasant tune. No detail had been missed, and he wondered at the cost of all this. His father would no doubt be disappointed to hear his thoughts. As a gentleman, Chase wasn't supposed to be concerned with such things. But numbers were his secret passion. He knew exactly how much a good horse would cost, not just the purchase price, but how much the feed would run over a year, 2 years. He knew how much they were worth, and how much money they were losing by refusing to participate in the Mobile Shipping League, the local shipping league. His father didn't want to hear any of his ideas. But one day that would change. He knew that. And it saddened him. "Good evening, Mr. Dufresne." A familiar face greeted him. Nevin Dodrell waved and smiled pleasantly, and he returned the greeting. He was surprised to see Nevin here. He was only the son of a mercantile owner, but nevertheless very wealthy. He was respectable enough for Chase, but some members of the other old families did not feel the same way. Politics and snobbery. These were the pillars of Southern culture, and he had no illusions that he would ever be able to change that.